Here is an example of how your notes should be set up for this section 9-8, the quadratic formula. What is the quadratic formula? We will answer this question by the end of the video. And here it is, the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is another method to use to solve a quadratic equation when looking for the solutions, or we call them the zeros, or you can also refer to them as the roots. So here I've written around the quadratic formula how to read it and say it in words and also write it in words. So we have negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 multiplied by a multiplied by c, and this is being divided by, that's what this divisor bar means, divided by 2a. And this is for the quadratic equation that is in standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And I kind of like this picture where it says it's not that bad. It looks kind of complicated, but it really is not that bad. And so there's a few parts that I want to talk about for the quadratic formula. The most important piece is what we like to call the discriminant. And I know that sounds like a super weird word. It kind of is. But this is called the discriminant. And this actually tells us how many solutions we have. How many solutions does the quadratic formula have? Because if we know how many solutions it has, then we can kind of double check to make sure that we have that number of solutions at the end of using the quadratic formula, or using a factoring method, or a square root method, or graphing. And the part that I circled, the discriminant, is also the part that you want to simplify first. I found this strategy in a textbook that said that if you simplify what's in the square root first, it makes everything else easier. So we're going to use this idea where we're going to circle what's in the square root. We're going to simplify it. That will also tell us how many solutions we'll have at the very end of solving the quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. So on the next slide, I like to demonstrate how you can use the discriminant to find out how many solutions. Okay, so here's that information I was talking about for the discriminant of a function. So let's look at the first column here. Here's our equation, and this is what it looks like when we graph it. Well, if we use the discriminant, remember it was the b squared minus 4ac. If we take the a, b, and c from the equation and we plug it into the discriminant and solve, notice that we get a positive 4. Well, because 4 is positive, and it's not a negative number but a positive number, that means we're going to give 2 solutions. And that's proven to you by taking a look at the picture of the equation. Let's look at our second column here. We have our quadratic equation. They have graphed it. Notice it has one x-intercept. Then let's go and use the discriminant. That's the b squared minus 4ac part. And we locate a, b, and c looking at this equation. We plug it into the discriminant, and when we solve, notice we get 0. Well, when your discriminant gives you 0, that means that there's only going to be one solution. And they prove that to you with the picture. And now let's look at the third column. Here is our quadratic function. And when it's graphed, notice that it never touches the x-axis, which means it has no x-intercepts or no solutions. So let's locate a, b, and c by looking at the function. We plug that into the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac. And when we solve it, we actually get a negative 4. So because the discriminant is negative, that means there are no real solutions. And think about it. If you try to take the square root of the discriminant there, you can't take a square root of a negative number, so it gives you no real solutions. Remember, you can get imaginary solutions. I showed you guys that in class. Let's go ahead and practice this concept on the next slide. We have the quadratic equation, and we'll have to find out how many solutions it has. Before we answer the prompt, and the prompt says find the number of solutions of the quadratic equation by using the discriminant. Before we do that, I want to discuss the methods that we know to solve this quadratic and find the solutions. We could graph it using the 4 steps, but that would take a while. We could use a factoring method. The big X factoring method would work. We could we couldn't use square roots, but that is a possibility. But unfortunately, because of the x squared and the x term, we can't use square roots. So the only other method there would be the quadratic formula that we're learning now. And so those are the methods you could use to solve it, but I don't want to use those methods to solve. I just want to know how many solutions would I get if I used one of those methods. So let's first identify A, B, and C. A is 3, B is -2, and C is +2. And then I'm going to rewrite the discriminant, B squared, and every time I put a variable, I'm going to write parentheses around it. B squared minus 4 multiplied by A, put parentheses, multiplied by C, I'm putting parentheses. And the reason why I do that is so that when I plug in the numbers, I'm just going to have parentheses and I'm take out the variables and plug numbers in, or substitute numbers in for this place. So let's do the B, which is -2, the A, which is 3, and the C, that is 2. And we'll simplify. So I'm going to go ahead and just make my, make this a little bit smaller. There we go, so I have more room. Okay, and now let's go ahead and simplify. So I get -2 squared, which is 4, minus 4 times 3, which is 12, and then this is also multiplied by 2. So I get 4 minus 12 times 2, which is 24, and already I know I'm going to get a negative number, which is -4. And since my discriminant was negative, take a look at your previous notes. How many solutions do you think I will have? Will I have 2, 1, or no solutions? Take a minute, look at your notes, make a guess. Okay, hopefully you did that, and the answer is, since it's negative, that means we are going to have no solutions. And you can really just think about it. There's no way you can take the square root, and this represents everything that's in the square root of the quadratic formula. There's no way you can take a square root of a negative number, so this is going to give you no solutions. What happens if this 4 was positive? Or what happens if this 4 or this -4 was a 0? Go ahead and look back at your notes and think of some scenarios of when you would get one solution or when you would get 2 solutions.